Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you a video where we stayed, Aguirre Springs Campground. It is located just outside of Las Cruces, New Mexico, as you can see from this map. It is actually a picnic area, but they do allow you to stay there overnight. I believe the fee was $5 or $7. I can't look. You can look it up online. This is kind of the area from above. So this is just going to be us leaving Las Cruces. We just drove through there. We stopped at Walmart to get some supplies, and then we're headed out here to go to the Aguirre Springs Campground, which is actually really convenient if you are going to visit White Sands National Park. As you can see, there's kind of nothing around here of much interest at this point. This drive down from Albuquerque to Las Cruces was a little bit boring, and then you start to see these mountains where the campground is, and it just becomes like a very beautiful scenery. And here we are heading towards the campground. We pulled into the campground here, and this road is very curvy. If you have a longer rig, this probably isn't a good place for you to stay. So let's take a look at the drive. This is the spot that we chose. We did arrive here on a Sunday afternoon, and there were a lot of families picnicking here. It's a very popular picnic area, so if you are going to camp, it might be best to come later in the afternoon when people start to leave, just because it quieted down a lot. Also, a word of caution, they do lock the gate here, so if you're not out, I believe it's by 5 or 6 p.m., you might have to stay the night. So just read the signs and look around. This was by far one of the most level spots here, but it also had a great view. As you can see, it was a really beautiful evening. Wasn't very windy. It did get windy in the evening, actually. We just made a couple of quick salads using some chicken we got at Walmart that was already cooked. This is one of our favorite camping meals, just to make a big salad with some pre-cooked chicken. And we just sat, we took in the view. I would highly recommend this place, especially if you have a smaller rig. There is a lot of nice hikes around here too. A lot of people were doing the popular hike and then coming down and getting in their tent and camping. If we were to go back, we do think we would like that. I do think this would also be a very hot place to stay in the summer, so I think this is perfect if you want to go in the spring or the fall. But you can't really beat that view, you know, for $5 or $7 for the night. It was perfect. Woke up to this gorgeous view. We actually did turn our generator on for a little bit so that we could heat up some breakfast burritos in the microwave. which turned out being a great idea. We weren't going to eat breakfast, but we did because we were headed over to White Sands. So this filled us up for our journey, and we're going to leave the park and show you some more camping spots on our way out.
This road is much wider too.
Yeah, going down it is much wider. It was really narrow going up there.
Trailer.
So there are more spots down here. So it's not just the campground. So you could have gone there.
Could have gone down there.
Could have gone here. Yeah, that was a nice spot
They're
too.
right next to it.
Yeah. They do lock it, so I guess that would be the nice thing because it'd be quiet. Like once everybody leaves. Oh yeah, look, honey, there's a lot of spots down here. 36, that's a nice one. 37 is a little bit. And then there's group sites over there too. So as you can hear Mike and I talking, there are a lot of nice sites down through the loop. So make sure you do the full loop. If you don't see a spot you like, you can always circle back around. It does take a while, but we kind of wish we would have taken a little bit more time to find a spot. And there's not a ton of videos on this place, so just a word of warning to those that maybe want a little bit quieter spot away from people. Feet, you're going too fast for it. Oh my god. That's all on video.
I didn't feel good.
No, honey. That's why I didn't want you to go into first. You're going too fast. I thought I would leave this in, our banter. This is a lot of it when Mike drives, and I'm a little bit bossy. But I am really thankful that he drives, and this road was a little bit curvy, so I did appreciate that. And that must have been what some of the reviews meant, like that it was hard to turn around, because if you'd missed one of those spots back there, you would have had to come all the way back down and done the whole thing again. So just another reminder, do try the whole loop to pick out your perfect spot. As I was saying, the reviews kind of mentioned some of the spots are in different areas and their turnaround is a while, but I do think it would make a difference. Also, look out for cattle on this road. We did see quite a few cows in the morning when we were leaving, but overall this was a great camping spot for the night. We loved it. Here we have arrived at the White Sands National Monument. Do check out the visitor center. We actually liked it a lot. This is a giant sloth. Mike is showing you with his hand the footprint for the giant sloth. I just thought that was crazy. They used to live out here. and it just shows you the area. This area used to be an ocean. There's lots of information about it, and we just thought the visitor center was really thorough. The park itself is really nice, but this just kind of gave you a lot of understanding about what is going on in this region. And I think people often overlook visitor centers, and they just have a wealth of information. And then you pull out here, and you will start driving through the dunes at this point. It was about a 45-minute drive from Aguirre Springs Campground to White Sands. So it's not super close, but it's not really far away. So we arrived over at the national park at about, I think it was about 10:30, and it really wasn't that crowded. Again, I think this is a really great place to come if it's not the dead middle of summer. So I would say spring, fall, probably perfect time to visit. When we went, it was just the beginning of April, so the weather was very nice.
Going rogue. Mike's going rogue.
The first stop we did is this accessible boardwalk trail. This was actually, I really liked it because it's easy to walk on. It's a raised platform, so if you have somebody that's disabled or like me doesn't have the best knees, it was really nice walking out there and looking around. There was also a bunch of information about the nature in the area, the plants. There are actually plants that survive here and a few animals that do also survive here. The road goes from paved to the sand, which you can see here. They do keep it very tidy, so it's acceptable for all kinds of rigs and vehicles. Just make sure you check with the National Park website before you come out if you have like an A-class or something like that. The sand is really fine, and it was really fun to feel it and walk in it. It's actually very cool sand. So we had a good time hanging out here for about an hour or so. Anything longer than that, I'm not sure you would really want to do that. I mean, they do have sledding and stuff, but it's sand and it's climbing and sledding. So if those things don't interest you, you might want to pass, but we really like this. It was definitely a good stop. Thanks for joining us on this part of our trip. A new video coming soon about Roswell and Carlsbad. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.